Losing someone you love is one of the hardest experiences in life. For me, the pain I saw growing up shaped who I am today. I had 4 different fathers, and as a child, I often saw frustration, conflict, and a sense of defeat in the men who were supposed to lead our family. I loved my mother deeply, but I watched how her relationships broke down, and I saw the men in my life accept whatever life handed them. That planted a seed in me, a drive to live differently. One of the most defining moments of my life happened when I was 11 years old. We had no money for food. It was Thanksgiving, a big holiday in America, and we weren't going to have a meal to celebrate. We'd gone without before, living on crackers and butter, but this time it hurt even more. Then there was a knock on the door. I opened it to see a tall man standing there, holding bags of groceries in each hand, with a pot on the ground containing an uncooked turkey. "I'd like to speak to your father," he said. Inside, my parents were yelling at each other, saying things you can never take back. I was trying to shield my little brother and sister from hearing it. I thought this delivery was going to change everything. I ran to my dad and told him someone was here for him. I expected him to be happy to see hope in his eyes. Instead, he became angry. "We don't accept charity," he told the man at the door, trying to slam it shut. But the man blocked it with his foot and explained, "Sir, I'm just the delivery guy. Someone bought this for you as a gift. Everyone has hard times." My father tried to shut the door again, but this time the man blocked it with his shoulder. Then he looked my father in the eyes, glanced at me, and said something I will never forget. "Sir, don't let your pride hurt your family." I could see my father's anger boiling. His face turned red, the veins in his neck bulging. For a moment I thought he might hit the man, then his shoulders dropped. He took the food without saying thank you, slammed the door, and stormed off. I stood there wondering, why wasn't he happy? We had food. We could have a Thanksgiving feast, but his pride saw it as a sign of failure. For me, that day became one of the most painful yet most beautiful experiences of my life, because in that moment I realized something profound. Strangers care. Someone out there, someone who didn't want credit, who didn't know us, cared enough to feed my family, and I made a decision that day. One day I would do the same for others. When I was 17, I delivered food to 2 families. The next year it was 4, then 8. It kept doubling until I was feeding 1 million people a year, then 4 million. When I wrote Money, Master the Game, I saw that Congress was cutting food stamps by billions, which meant millions of families would struggle even more. I called my team and asked how many people I had fed in my lifetime. The answer was 42 million meals. That was humbling, but it wasn't enough. I set a new goal, feed 50 million people in a year. Then I thought, why not 100 million? Why not 1 billion in 10 years? 7 years later, I've reached 850 million meals. I'll hit 1 billion ahead of schedule, and it all started with that painful day when I was 11. Looking back, I realized something powerful. Your worst day can become your best day if you let it shape you instead of break you. That Thanksgiving taught me the 3 decisions we all make, whether we realize it or not, what to focus on. My father focused on his pride and what he didn't have. I focused on the fact that we had food, what it means. For him, it meant he was worthless. For me, it meant strangers care. What to do? He left our family. I committed to feeding others. Those 3 decisions shape every moment of your life. Change your focus, change the meaning you attach to events, and you will change your actions and your future. The truth is, most people live in reaction. They focus on fear, problems, or quick fixes for comfort. But the quality of your life comes down to where you consistently put your focus. Focus on fear, and you'll shrink. Focus on what you want, and you'll grow. The lesson is simple. See life as it is, not worse than it is, then see it better than it is, and take action to make it that way. That day, when a stranger fed my family, changed me forever. It gave me a mission. It taught me that pain can drive purpose, and it proved that sometimes the hardest moments are the seeds of the most beautiful future.